Let's explore wild wonders at the San Diego Zoo. Flamingos are beautiful birds with their pink and crimson plumage, long legs and necks, and strongly hooked bills. At the San Diego Zoo, they also get first-class attention to their health.
The heart sounds great. I'm going to grab these feet from you. Put them out here. Done.
Thank you.
This one is feisty, yeah. That's one of the
I'll have the right leg. What am I doing? You?
No, you're okay.
Sorry,
You're okay.
did I say
And we're all tagged.
3.3.
Big boy.
Good to go, buddy.
Andy, you need a doctor?
No.
I'm just looking at them.
When they pass their examination, these flamingos are released back to their area to be viewed by curious visitors.
We're at San Diego Zoo, reptile department, and we're target training Komodo dragon. Target training is we use a yellow target on a PVC pipe, and the idea is we can move the animal around when we need to shift them. It helps us shift the animal safer. It's also enrichment because they get activity from it. Target, Sunny. Good boy. The reason we use a GoPro is we want to film so that we can actually show public and other zoos.
This energetic group is on a field trip.
So we've got about 30 people here today.
They work at the San Diego Zoo and San Diego Zoo Safari Park, but barren open space desperately needs their help.
We're hoping to get around 600 plants in the ground today.
The first step was to collect tens of thousands of tiny seeds at this site. Then they grew those seeds into young plants in a nursery. Now they're coming back home.
Most of our plants are about this size when we put them in the ground.
They're planting 8 native coastal sage scrub species that grow in Southern California and Baja, and grow here and nowhere else in the world.
It's pretty important. It's not just a thing we're putting in the ground.
Rachel McCarty is a plant's best friend. In fact, she and the other plant pros are called horticulturists. They study and care for plants every day.
I mean, you can't beat it, working directly with nature and outside. Just love it.
Plants are really kind of the base of every ecosystem. Without them, nothing else would be around.
It's true. We need plants to survive. Take this plant, for example. Or this one. Or, hey, any plant will do. You can't see it, but the leaves are busy catching sunlight and turning it into energy. Green stuff inside, called chlorophyll, is busy turning that energy into food so the plant can grow. And when we go deeper, hard-working roots are sucking up water and nutrients from the soil. And thank goodness plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen we need to live. So, big picture, the world's plants give the world's animals oxygen to breathe. And the world's plants give the world's animals food to eat. Plants are Earth's heroes who need our help.
So we set a goal. Currently the record is 512. We're really hoping to get around 600 plants in the ground.
I'm gonna name this one Honey.
There's a shared sense that something great is happening here and in the world in general.
Good luck.
And remember the challenge? Plant more than 512?
We crushed it.
Yep, that's 800 in the ground.
Wow, very cool. That's pretty awesome.
That's growing our future.
We're hard workers, we're passionate, and we really love what we do.
Mila came November 14th, 2013.
She is a very high-profile animal and very much loved throughout the whole of New Zealand.
Mila is a very playful, engaging elephant.
She'd been alone for many years.
Mila was the last exotic animal in a circus in New Zealand, but none of the other zoos in New Zealand would take Mila, and because that was Helen's mission, was to give sanctuary to animals that no one else wanted, she accepted.
Their goal was to find a facility that would take Mila where she could spend the rest of her life not alone, but in a normal social group with other elephants.
The bottom line was, if we wanted her to stay a lone elephant, we could have used the funding just to keep her as a lone elephant in New Zealand. And so when we contacted the San Diego Zoo and asked them if they'd take Mila, couldn't have been better. They said yes.
I was hired to basically train Mila for transport, to get her ready with all of her medical testing, behaviors she would need to feel comfortable in flight, and to build a relationship with her that I can then pass on that relationship to her new home.
On the day of the move, Mila was totally ready and she walked right into the crate.
She's a very smart, very courageous elephant.
She wasn't sedated or anything. We wanted her to have full capacity and to be able to balance herself on the truck and on the plane. The journey to the airport was just seamless. The police department looking after us and supporting us. The trucking company donated his time. The police had even arranged for the lights to stay green, so we didn't even have to stop at traffic lights. Perfect.
She came to the San Diego Zoo on a charter flight, her own 747 from New Zealand.
We'd raised the money to charter a 747-400 converted to a cargo plane. It was such a joy to be able to just go down, talk to her, fill up her water all the time, throw her some more carrots and more branches. Because of the relationship that Erin and our trainers had had with her, we were able to take the chains off immediately and get her to walk out of her crate immediately, and she just started eating in quarantine, behaving normally straight away.
Mila just came out of quarantine.
Quarantine lasts about 8 weeks because we have to make sure that she doesn't have tuberculosis, and that takes 8 weeks to culture.
Mila, go!
So we are getting her used to our facility. So every time they go into a new area, we kind of just let them check it out. We walk them back and forth, show them what it's all about. And then if she's comfortable with that, we start running her through her regular routine. So one of the things we do with all 7 of our elephants every day is scrub their feet. So we ran her through that basic procedure that we do every day, and that's just to keep their feet healthy. And she did really great. Part of it is learning where that foot hole is for her to put it through. So she did great. The other things we like to do when we bring them out there is give them some of their treats and goodies. So we gave her some browse to eat and also her wheat bran, which helps her digestive system. She likes that a lot, so she knows then that that's a good place. She's going to get treats out there, and she's going to want to come in there again. We're pretty much preparing her for life at the San Diego Zoo.
Mila, come.
The next step will be eventually getting her out into her yard, where she'll be able to do what the other elephants do, spend most of the day out there, enjoy it. And then after that, we'll work on introducing her to the herd. And hopefully she'll get along with everybody and become integrated into our herd of 5 female elephants. She hasn't seen another elephant for about 30 years, so we really have no idea how she's going to react. So we have given her some of their feces in her stall so she can smell and kind of know, and some of them she's reacted to, some of them she hasn't. So we'll kind of go from there with visual access, and then we'll give them fence line access and hopefully get her out there sometime.
Well, it's important to remember that Mila has been alone for the last 35 years, and the reason we brought her to San Diego was so she could have the opportunity to socialize with other elephants for the rest of her life. So we're pretty unsure as to what her reaction would be, and that's just something that we have to take through our power of observation and knowing elephant behavior. And the first interaction she had with Mary, our dominant elephant of the group, was she was a little unsure as to what Mary actually was, having another animal just as big as her on the other side of the fence. Was a little unsure, a little wary, put her ears out, which is definitely a sign of trying to figure out what that other animal was. She definitely wanted to interact with Mary, see if Mary was interested in seeing her back, and a lot of it was really good observations, knowing that Mila started to become comfortable with Mary right there with her. Introducing elephants is not a science, it's something that we have to take day by day, introduction by introduction. We initially start off by doing elephants in adjoining yards with barriers in between them, generally with small square meshing, so that way they have the opportunity to touch one another, but it's nothing that can overwhelm. If the elephants are interested in one another, whether or not it's aggressive, whether or not the elephant is unsure, scared, nervous, we take that into account as to how long the interaction takes place and what we will do for our next step. If that continues to go well, we will move the elephants to an area where the barrier between them is a lot more open, giving them more interaction to touch each other, giving them more access to one another, which can cause, again, more positive interactions because elephants are very tactile. They definitely communicate with one another by touching, feeling, communicating, smelling. And we just watch to make sure that that's comfortable for both elephants. If they're both together for most of the interaction, that's very positive. That's something that we do want to see. But also if they decide to walk away, that's good information for us to gauge whether or not they're still interested, whether or not they're frustrated with the interaction at that point. And again, based off of how that goes over the course of a certain period of time, again, there's no science to it, will help us gauge whether the interactions between barriers or if we're seeing that the elephants are ready to be together in the same space.
This morning at the San Diego Zoo's Elephant Odyssey, we introduced our 41-year-old African female Mila, who came to us from New Zealand with our oldest female Asian elephant, Mary. And we took Mila out first this morning, let her get comfortable. Mary walked up to Mila, and they both started eating out of the same tree. And this is a great behavior to see because they were both calm, they were both acceptive of each other, and those are the type of things that we wanted to see. And as the morning went on, we saw Mary following Mila around. And that's pretty normal because Mary's our matriarch of our female group. And so she's telling Mila that, hey, I'm in charge, I get to eat where I want. And Mila accepted that and moved on, which is another great behavior. Female elephants need socialization. They need to be with other elephants. So by coming here to the San Diego Zoo's Elephant Odyssey, she's going to have a chance to mingle with 5 other elephants. And as far as an elephant goes, it doesn't get any better than that.
Very happy with Mila's introduction today, and we added Shaba into the mix, our youngest female African elephant today, to see if her confidence has built up. Shaba is a very shy elephant. She's generally unsure about newcomers. Today was one of the first interactions she had by touching Mila without being scared or nervous, and that's a huge step in the right direction, something that we're very happy about for both Mila and Shaba.
Well, we never know what's going to happen with these introductions, but Shaba came out and immediately let Mila know that her food is Shaba's food, and which is normal for elephants. And then they ate for quite a while, and it was just kind of a standoff to see, you know, you're okay, I'm okay. It's just getting to know you as far as elephants go. So our next step now is just to continue this process. It could take weeks of doing this every day for them to finally start getting close to each other and go, okay, you're not so big, you're not so scary. And then we'll also use Mary, who Mila's already developed a relationship with, as maybe an anchor, somebody to settle things down, which Mary is the matriarch, and that's what we would expect. We put Mary, Shaba, and Mila together for about 15 minutes this morning so they can get settled in. And then we put Sumithi, the 47-year-old Asian female, in with them in the morning now for a couple hours. So now Mila is in with a group of 4 elephants for a couple hours a day, and we'll start just easing her into it, and she'll get more comfortable as time goes. And so far things are going great. Mila, come. She's doing well. She's still, you know, nervous a little bit, but it's really waning a lot. She's starting to feel more and more comfortable. They really want to hang out with each other. It's just a matter of slowly and letting them develop their relationships slowly, methodically, and we'll do this over the next year.
Devi is one of our youngest elephants. She just turned 37. One way that you can tell Devi apart from the rest of the group is she does have a small stumpy tail. That's something she was born with, so it's not something we're very concerned about. She is a tall, lean elephant. You can tell her as well by her very hairy forehead. And she has a lot of potential to interact with Mila, and she definitely has a lot of energy. You can see her moving around the most out there on exhibit.
So today, we introduced her to Tembo, the final African elephant in the female group. They came out, saw each other, went past each other, and went on to eat. So it was a very nice start to an introduction. For months, they have had fence line contact, been able to see each other, touch each other, and interact over a fence line. This is their first day sharing the same physical space. So it's a very good step. It means we've prepared them well, and they recognize each other, and there's not a real contentious first meeting. Mila has really come a long way, from not really knowing what to do with herself when she met the first couple elephants to really socially becoming more savvy and learning how to work around the exhibit, being braver when it comes to getting food when it's thrown into the exhibit, especially tree branches, browse. She really likes that. Absolute pleasure to have her. We think she's doing great here at the San Diego Zoo.
Mila's a very smart elephant, and she's able to recognize and watch the other elephants and learn. So you can see her analyzing the scenario and analyzing the situation and looking and watching all the other elephants and adjusting her behavior based on what they're doing.
So it's been a very long process and a positive process. We think Mila is doing really well. We think she's adapted really well here. She works great with the keepers, and she has learned so much from the other elephants.
And they will take care of her for the rest of her natural life, so couldn't be better.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time on Wild Wonders at the San Diego Zoo.